Good morning, everybody, to the joy of creation, for the magic of art, creativity, and play. And we are at the Monday morning inspiration. And today I'm going to talk about the wealth of being. And what could this be? The wealth of being. What does it have to do with the joy of creation? So, what would the wealth of being be for you all? What is that wealth? The well of being. What is that? Wealth. Wealth. It's like you have this well of resources. You have everything you require. Anything that you're asking for is showing up. And so, what is it for you? Also, could it have to do with all the gifts and talents that you have never acknowledged? Could it also be your knowing that you have never acknowledged? The knowing. And what is that? The knowing, where we know. We just know. We know about the possibility. We know we can create something. And then everybody else starts telling us that we cannot. And, like how many of you have known years ago that something is possible? And then everybody started telling you how difficult it would be to create that. Is this actually true? Is it difficult? So everywhere you have bought into that you cannot do it because there are all the reasons and justifications why you cannot create it. So everywhere you have made that real, are you all willing to give that up? Cool. What if we can just change it? What if we don't believe into the impossibility anymore, but we make the possibility more real than the impossibility? What could that be for you? The wealth of being, the wealth of being. So usually what we learn in this reality is that we define us as one thing, a role. I am a mother, I'm a father, I am a manager for this and that company, I'm a baker, I'm an artist. So all this are definitions and they all mean something. As that role, you can do certain things and supposedly not do other things, and you have to focus on this one thing. So did it actually ever really work for you to focus? If you had the wealth of being, would you focus? Let me just have a sip of my tea. As an example, I'm an artist, I'm a painter, and also I have a financial background. I was working in corporations, always trying to find what is this one thing that will then finally make me happy, where I can basically settle in and that's it. And what I found out on my journey is that there is no one thing, at least not for me, that will and any settling in or settling down is also not really my way of being. The wealth of being for me is, what can I add to my life? What would be fun? And so now, joy of creation, right? What, when I ask you now a question, as an infinite being, would you be joyful or would you be sad? Would there be so many possibilities, or would you just do one thing? So, had I defined me as, let's say, as an oil painter or an acrylic painter or something, I would have never started painting silks. I just want to quickly talk about this piece, which is not finished, but I always start out with a white piece of silk. And I pencil, so to say, a design on it, and then I start painting. the wealth of being is really about, oh, I almost fall off my chair. Okay, the wealth of being is really about what you know. Have you ever started writing, or you did anything else, or you started learning a language and it all came to you, or something was so ease-filled for you, it just flew, it just flowed? So this is how silk painting is for me, how painting actually in general is for me. It's like, just I know it, I know it, I know it. There's no other way, no other word coming out of my mouth. And the wealth of being is also where we really honor ourselves, we trust ourselves. And honoring ourselves would also be not trying to copy anybody, not trying to mimic, but really finding out by asking questions what it is that you can add to your life, or what is it that you would like to create. The wealth of being, really the wealth of being. Is that a tiny thing or is that a big thing? Like the wealth of being. So I just would like to give that even space. The wealth of being. What do you know? What is fun for you? What would you like to create? What if you give you the gift of possibility by asking, what is possible for me? What is possible? Are there any among you that have like this nagging, like we could easily call it like an anger or a frustration. Yet, is that actually anger? Or is there something knocking at your door that is trying to get your attention? Lately I've talked with a lot of people who have that. It's like something is there and they cannot grasp it. They cannot really put their finger on it and say that's that, but it's definitely there and we cannot ignore it any longer. It's right here. So what if this is actually a future that you have created already? Could this be? Does this make sense? And if not, like, don't listen even. You can stop listening now, watching this now. But if this rings a bell, like, what do you know about this? Because, you know, whatever you have created in the past, whatever you have asked for in the past, what if this is actually showing up? Yet it is not showing up in the way that you think it is. Nothing ever shows up the way we think it will. When we ask the universe for something, no matter what, whether it is a life that you want to have, or you ask for an energy, or you ask for money, you ask for a car or a house, or whatever you are asking for, a business, it is always showing up. And at first it shows up energetically, as an energy, as a possibility. And it exists. Otherwise, it would not be there and knock at your door. Hello there. I know this also from the world of writing or the world of painting. Before I even start a painting, there's an energy that makes me, that energy is actually inviting me to take a canvas or take a silk. I really go for whatever is lighter. I pretty much know right away, and I go to my supplies. And so there's the silks or there's a canvas, and I take my paints and I just set it up. And it's not that I'm standing there forever and thinking about it, but it's like, okay, this, that, this, that, this. And then I start painting. So there's an energy, and the energy is already something. It's not just like nothing. Energy is energy. Energy is what makes us start to write a book. Energy is what makes us call somebody or go somewhere or start a painting. or anything else that you create. At first, it's an energy that is there that you are actually aware of. So how aware are you of energy? How aware are you of things that might actually right now ask of you for them to be created, asking you to create them? Makes sense? And so if you are not really sure what that is and where even to start with this, you just have this thing in your universe like this, like a dragon or something, however you want to call it. What if you start asking it questions like, what do you require? What is this? What is this? What is knocking at my door? What is this? What can I do with this? Where do I go with this? What's the next step? So everywhere you have not acknowledged that you have created things already that start showing up energetically now, and you sort of resist the energy, you make the energy wrong, as it is not a specific thing showing up, but an energy like the air, right? I love the air as an example because we live off of it. Without air, we couldn't go very far. Yet, do we see it? Right? So what is asking you to pay attention? What is it actually that is trying to get your attention? Okay, start asking questions. What is this? What do I do with this? Let me know. What is this energy? Is this part of what I've been asking for? And see whether it is a yes or a no. If anything right now, any of the questions that I'm asking, if any one of them makes you feel light or like jump, that, yeah, then ask more questions. And if it's like, nah, that doesn't apply to me, well, okay, that's okay too. And an amazing access consciousness tool is, by the way, all these questions that I've asked. What is this? What do I do with this? Can I change this? What can I create? Is this an energy that I can use for creation? Is this an energy that I know? What do I know about this energy is actually also a cool question you can ask. And a great tool is what else is possible, rather than making it wrong, rather than saying, oh, this is wrong, this is bad, I don't feel good. No, what if this is actually really an intensity? Like with my paintings, I had intense intensity even before starting a painting. Like one example is I was out in the garden during the summer and a thunderstorm came up, and at the same time I had an energy come up in me, and it was really fierce. It was out of the blue. It was just surging like a volcano. And I have learned enough about energies that I ask the question, what is this? Like what? And I just, with, covered in soil, from the garden, I went to the studio here and I took a canvas. I had all my paints here and I started painting. And as the thunderstorm was rolling and lightning, so within a couple of hours, I had the painting finished. And so it is, what if this is a creation energy? And a really amazing way is to ask questions about it, not to come to any conclusion, not deciding anything about it. Deciding, what I mean with this is making it wrong. Oh, this is wrong. This is, I feel terrible or something like this. When you say that, you close everything off. But when you ask a question, I wonder, could you tap into a well of possibilities, the wealth of being that includes everything, the intensity? If you listen to opera, Verdi, Puccini, Wagner, they are intense. Jazz is intense. So have you made intensity wrong? What if you ask questions? What wealth of being, what wealth of possibilities is available to you now that has not been available before? You know, you never know what you can create unless you start creating and you go with the flow. You just start somewhere. It's not about figuring it out. You will not know the end of the row before you even start something. You will not know. Life is not that way, where you know what your choice is going to create, but you want to know before you even choose. You want to know what exactly is going to create. You want to know whether you are going to win or lose. You want to know the outcome. You want to know the result before you even start. This is a mistake that a lot of us make, and I fall into this trap too. And from this world of painting, I know that I never know what I'm going to paint. I never know what the painting is going to be exactly. I don't. With the silks, I don't know what it's going to be exactly. When I say I don't know, it's like I don't have the finished thing somewhere. It's not. There are 5,000 million choices that I'm making as I'm going. When I'm writing a book, just think about it. There are so many tons of ways that we can go about anything that we create. And it's the same with our bodies, creating our bodies. It is the same with creating a business. It is the same with creating a relationship. It's the same with everything. It's the same with creating wealth in financial terms. What is the wealth of being? It includes really everything. So what is it? What is available to you? What is accessible to you that you have never considered because it was so out of your reach? But could it be that it's knocking at your door right now? What is knocking at your door? What is that? What is trying to get your attention? What would you like to create? What would be joyful for you? What would be also so easy and ease-filled for you? What if you could have ease in life with everything? Ease. You just have to choose. Choose something, and that choice will take you somewhere, and then you choose again. You choose again, and then you choose again. When we conclude about the journey before we even start the journey, we will never go on the journey. And then it might get intense. Is there a part of you that would like to go on that journey, that would like to start something? What is it? So maybe get a journal, get a notebook, and start writing down what is fun for you. What is it? What would like to be created? Write that down. What is this? What is this energy? What do I know about? What am I good at? So you could also look at, what are you really good at? What were you good at when you were a kid? What was easy? What was so much fun for you that you didn't want to stop? It might have been being outside in nature, on the soccer field or by the beach or something. Maybe go now to the beach. Go and run on the grass, or go breathe fresh air outside and see what that creates. Take a notebook along. The wealth of being. It is really about finding out what else you can create. What else are you good at? You might not know now. Believe me, you might not know. You might know that much about you, and that's it. What is there to discover, uncover? What is there to find out? And what if we all were so curious about it? I swear to you, I did not drink. I only have tea. I only have my green tea. What if you are on a treasure hunt and the treasure is you? And you were really good at hiding it from yourself. And then you also have set up all these pirates that try to keep you from finding you. Might be that the pirates are you too. Oh gosh, yeah, we are really good. We are good at it. So what I found is that I like so many different things, and I'm also good at so many different things, like an artist who is also reading financial news, also looking into writing, creating classes, traveling, and what else is possible. Who is ever focused on one thing only? Are you? I found out that I have great ease with painting. It flows. I have fun. I enjoy it. It's a space. Also, when I'm writing, when I'm painting the silks, every single one of these things is so different. Or when I'm creating knitted pieces, or when I'm playing with numbers, or creating my website, or singing. And it all flows. One is contributing to the other. So when you start asking, what is it that I can add to my life that will create the energy that I'm looking for my life? You might have ideas, or you see an advertising, or something comes to you, and it's tango dancing classes. Klassen. Now I mix German with English. So tango dancing lessons. You might find out that you like to go dancing, or you want to learn math, or whatever it is, or you want to learn about spices, or baking, or crafts, or mechanics, whatever. But go do it and see what it creates. It is really all about an energy, and then you go from there. I will not tell you what you are going to meet and encounter, because that is really up to the universe. But the universe will bring things to you, people to you, ideas, inspirations, advertisings, things you hear, words you see, and then you go from there, and next, and what else, and what else, and what else. And you never stop asking. You never stop asking. I never stop asking, what else can I create? It's really more like it's getting faster. It's getting more intense. It's, what else can I create? What else can I add to my life? What would be fun? It is an amazing journey. The wealth of being, and what else is there that we all have never considered? And what will it create for the earth when we start asking these questions? When you tap into the wealth of your being, into what is there that you have ignored, cut off, made wrong, but what wealth is there? And when we start going onto that journey, and we expand that journey, and we make it bigger, and we might also find more joy, what will this create for the future on the earth? Less or more? Greater? Will it limit possibilities, or will it expand possibilities? The wealth of being. What is it for you? What do you know about the wealth of your being? What is it you would like to create here on the planet? What did you come here to create? The joy of creation really includes everything. It's about everything. What is it? What is it? What would you like to create? What do you know is possible? What wealth do you know about? The wealth of being. So I let you go. Thank you so much for joining me here today. And if you want me to talk about anything specific, a subject or whatever, and let me know, what is it about the joy of creation? What are you curious about? What would you like to know about the world of creation and creativity? Have a wonderful week, and I see you soon. Bye-bye.